David, firstly, congratulations, you're in the playoffs. Does that mean you're going to make 11 changes for the trip to Birmingham
now? We will make changes, yes, like we usually do. That we rotate the team, which not depends on the last result, which only depends on the next opponent, which is Birmingham. This will be a tough place, which we will see tomorrow. This will be a proper football match, sold out crowd. I think a very exciting atmosphere. So we are exciting as well, and I'm happy to play this football match with my players together. And if the question was, will we make changes? Yes, we will. But how many at the minute, I'm not 100% sure.
Birmingham, we know, are fighting for their survival in the championship, so it's a huge game for them. For you, are you tempted to rest some of your key players, though, David, because you've got the playoffs coming?
Yeah, listen, it makes sense to change some players, but to be fair, this isn't something which we will start tomorrow. If we change, then we change some players because we did it over the whole season. I think on one side to arrest some players, on the other side to bring fresh legs on the grass. This was what we always did in the past. The difference maybe at this stage is that, of course, everybody likes to be involved in the playoffs. And for this, everybody who has the shirt likes to impress and likes to use this opportunity to impress. And we should always have to have in our head, we could use for whatever reasons, maybe, or we have to use for whatever reason, every single player in the next 3 weeks. And then it makes sense that everybody has playing time in his legs, fresh playing time in his legs, especially under such great circumstance which we will have tomorrow. So this is everything I have in my head, and I think lately tomorrow I will make the final decision.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. This match against Birmingham, to some extent, will be an atmosphere not dissimilar to the playoffs. And I suppose, do you want to see players and see how they cope with that atmosphere? Is that one of the most important things for you tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. The atmosphere tomorrow will be a playoff atmosphere because it's like a playoff match. For Birmingham, if you see where they are in the league, and for us, we play this game in this atmosphere away. So it's like a playoff atmosphere, which we will have in front of us tomorrow. But on the other side, to be fair, we had such an atmosphere a few times in this season. It isn't the first time that we have it. But it is now near to the playoffs where we will face such an atmosphere. I think we will have a similar atmosphere next week when we play at home against Cardiff, where hopefully it will be sold out or near sold out as well. And these are great opportunities for us as a group and for every single player to show and to impress like they did over the whole season, that they like to be involved in the playoffs.
Is it important for you to have home advantage in the second leg of the playoffs, i.e. for you to make sure you finish third or fourth?
Listen, I think it is maybe a small or a very little advantage, but because that the away goal doesn't count double like in Europe, I think the advantage isn't as big as it will be if you play in Europe. But it could be a small advantage, and if we are able to take this small advantage, this little advantage, then we like to take it. But I don't think that it is such a huge advantage where you have to make sure that you play the second leg at home. And to be fair, I don't know the stats if this is the truth in terms of the playoffs.
Understand. Team news ahead of tomorrow, though. And I know you've talked about there will be changes. I mean, you've had Harry Bunn involved again lately. Treat Home Dennis has been involved, and obviously Sean Scannell got a start as well. Are those players likely to feature for you tomorrow?
Yeah, and Izzy Brown was back, and Joe Lolly got some minutes. So everybody is available, apart from the two long-term injuries. And Kashunga, unfortunately, is out as well. Tomorrow and against Cardiff, he has a calf injury, but we are very happy that it isn't as serious, so he needs another 7 to 10 days and will be ready for the playoffs. And yeah, his body takes his rest at the right time, which he needed, and then he will be fresh for the playoffs. Tommy Smith is back in training tonight and will be available. So we have the whole squad together.
Harry Redknapp in charge of Birmingham. It's his first game at home in charge, narrowly beaten last time out. That's a factor for you to contend with. Are you looking forward to pitting your wits against him in particular because he's such a big name?
Yeah, he is a big name, and I'm happy to meet him tomorrow, but I'm totally sure that even he is not able to make wonders or miracles. So I know exactly what a manager is able to do in a week or a little bit more than a week, and what is only hope, and what is only the things that you like to influence. And he is a big name for sure. I'm happy for him that he is back in the race, and I will meet him. We will meet him tomorrow, but it doesn't change that we have our aim tomorrow as well, and we like to perform in this very difficult circumstance which will be in front of us. It's a very good test for all of us in this atmosphere, sold-out crowd in Birmingham, and for this we have to prepare us and be very focused on ourselves.
Can you sum up when you came to Huddersfield and where they were at the time to where they are now, how quickly you've moved forward? What have you got to say about that whole success? It's
unbelievable story, isn't it? So I think we always said we like to make a step further, a step forward in this season. The chairman has spoken about that he don't like to treat water any longer. I think we did more than only one step. It was a big jump in my opinion. So usually I think you need, for what we've done in this season as a club, like Huddersfield Town is from the starting point where we started, usually you need 3 years, 2 to 3 years in my opinion. So now we did a lot of very good decisions. We created an atmosphere in this football club, in the stadium, here in this building, in the dressing room, which lifted the group from day one. They created in confidence and in belief, and they have so much trust and belief in what they do, that they feel independent from opponents or other circumstance, because they have so much trust and self-belief in what they are doing. And this feeling, I think, helped to consistently perform on this high level what they did so far. So I think, as I said, we did much more than only one step, which we wanted to do before the season. But like always, if you did it quicker, like you thought before, it doesn't mean that you now decelerate. You just like to use the point where we are now to go some further steps. And this is exactly what we like to do, what we want to do in the future. But now, at first, we are totally happy that we did this first step. Big step, an unbelievable step. If you know, this is the biggest achievement in 45 years for this football club. 45 years is a long time. Then you can imagine how big this achievement is for all the people here, and especially for the people who supported and worked for this football club much more longer than I did. And I'm very happy. We are totally happy that we were able to give a lot of Huddersfield supporters a smile on their face. And now we like to go in this season further steps. The first one we did, and now we prepare us as good as we can to make the next one in this season.